I'm CJ. I'm here with Mike and Richard. Man, this is Superhero Sundays. Scarlett Johansson, the big lawsuit. Let's talk about that. So, my thing, I think there's two views. Look at it. There's one view is Disney's a jerk because Scarlett. Yeah, I mean, from what I heard or read, was that she, we control everything. She reached out to them and said she wanted to renegotiate her contract because she knew it was going to come out on Disney Plus.
They're and like, they just went, new phone, who this?
Me not speak English.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up. Like they went silent, and they released everything. So that's a jerk move. On the other side, if business is business, they own the movie. They did a contract with you. You signed it. Hey, you signed for us to do the theatrical release, which we did. We honored that part. But because of COVID, we released it on both ends. So we want to lose money. And we own it, so we can do what we want. So it's like, I see in court is they're going to go off unbiased. It's like they own it. They can do what they want. But if you being a jerk and you want to do like a PR move, you can just do some kind of undisclosed settlement with her. Because, yeah, you should have renegotiated with her. If she tried to reach out, you should have renegotiated. But I don't know. What you guys' thoughts? Rich, what do you think, man? You think they're just being jerks, or you think business is business? We're going to lose money anyway, so we do what we have to do. What do you think?
I mean, it's a tough situation. I mean, they decided on this movie, 2-3 years ago at least? They didn't foresee a pandemic shutting down the world at the time. Who noticed that? Or who would have predicted that? That's a real tough situation. Now, like you said, if they could do something as a PR move, but it's Disney. Like, they don't have to. And at the end of the day, it's all business. It's all about money,
Yeah.
Disney lost so much money off the parks, Yeah. Not that it would make them go bankrupt, but they got to make it up somehow, some way. And Black Widow was one of them.
What do you think, Mike? You on Disney side, or you kind of think, Charlie has a point?
I'm on the side of facts.
Hey, there you go.
So if in the contract it states that they were only to release it in theaters, then that's an issue. But if it just said that they're gonna give her a percentage off the theatrical gross, but nowhere it says that they couldn't release it on Disney Plus, then sorry, not sorry. It happens.
That's a good point, because it all comes down to the contract. You can feel bad for Scarlett, but if she signed and the contract said, you only get a piece of the theatrical release, but we never stipulated that we can't release it anywhere else, then hey, you signed the contract. Another thing too is, was Black Widow being filmed and planned before Disney Plus came out?
Yes.
I think so, right?
I think they filmed in 2019.
Because Disney Plus came out 2019. I mean, they've been planning for years, but when they started filming Black Widow, it was probably never in their mind that you can have that movie come out with the Disney Plus app and blah, 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 right? So
they didn't think they were going to do this kind of, if you remember in the beginning of the whole COVID thing, there was a whole, is Disney going to start releasing movies on the streaming service or not? Because Disney hasn't even said anything, because everybody's saying, they won't make as much money, blah, blah, blah. And then people were like, I'd pay $50 to watch, the new Marvel movie on Disney Plus rather than going to the theaters. So I don't think it was really planned to do it. And then they released, what was it, Mulan first, or whatever movie they released first?
Mulan, yeah.
And then they were like, all right, maybe we can do this. And then they're like, why don't we do, release on both? So I don't think Disney kind of thought that they were going to do this. I mean, maybe you could say they kind of planned it out, but
it was like a last minute business decision, I think.
Yeah, it's like, did they know that theaters are going to close down for as long as they did?
Man.
Business has to make money.
So did she get paid just based on theatrical release, not Disney?
Yeah, the percentage of theatrical release gross, how much money they make.
Yeah. And again, I don't know the whole detail of the contract. I don't know if she had something signed for, DVD releases, maybe toys and stuff like that. Huh? Who buy DVDs? That's true, man. So I don't know. Did she just signed the contract before Disney Plus really popped off and before COVID, and she was locked into this just theatrical release money contract.
I mean,
like
they had to have known eventually that they were going to put Black Widow on Disney Plus. It was only a matter of time.
The contract was signed when she first started with Marvel, back in 2010, and they said, you do one movie, it's going to be off a theatrical, release, because they had no idea COVID was going to come 11 years later, 10 years later. We don't know.
And that's the thing too, is like, I wonder, does anyone else have contracts with Disney Plus? Because we have everything we can stream now on Disney Plus. So it's like, does Robert Downey Jr. get Disney Plus royalties? Does Chris Evans, does he get royalties for everything that we're streaming on? So it's like, I don't know. They made a lot of money from the theatrical releases, but
that's the new thing. I think a lot of people were keeping an eye on this for a reason, because now they're thinking, well, when we sign these contracts, we have to make sure we sign for not just if we do get a theatrical release type of deal, we got to do also for the streaming service. Yep.
It changed a lot, man. COVID impacted everything, contracts to how you market things. It's crazy. Even with music, with concerts and stuff like that. And now it's like digital concerts, but also with no one buys albums, like Mike said. You don't buy DVDs anymore. You don't buy albums anymore at the store. You stream everything. So things have changed, man, a lot. And it's just like, you have to start thinking ahead. If you're the owner of what you own, then like Disney, they made the right choices. But as a person who's just contracted, you got to go by what they say. So I don't know, man. I feel bad for her, but it's like, if you sign the contract.
To be honest, she's making like $20 million, I think they said.
Something like that, yeah.
So I don't feel bad for her. I mean, it sucks that she didn't get an extra, $10, $15 million, but you're getting $20 million. Like,
yeah.
I think what some people are saying with her is like, it's not just about the money. It's probably like the principle of the fact. I know, right? Is it the principle of the fact that
it's a principality?
It's a principality about this, man. She tried to reach out to renegotiate, and Disney was probably being jerks. Or hey, at the end of the day, they still own everything, and it's like, hey, we did what we had to do for business. But no matter what, they're probably going to lose money anyway. If they just left on theaters, they would just not make any money, because not many people are open to go to movie theaters just yet.
Especially with the new variant.
And yeah, the best way to do was on Disney Plus. And you didn't think ahead. You didn't sign that contract. And
you know what's going to happen, because as like everyone's going to be signing contracts now, thinking about with Disney Plus royalties and stuff like that. Now even the monthly thing for Disney Plus is going to get up too, and that's going to,
impact us, the consumer, huh?
The consumer, yeah.
But guess what? At the end of the day, I will still pay for it, man, because it's just everything on there, man. It's just they got us, man. They've been doing this for how long? 13 plus years or whatever, with these characters and things that develop. They got us hooked. Star Wars, 40 plus years is just like, you're invested in all of this. So to get what you want, you're gonna have to pay for it. And if they hike up the prices to $40 a month, $50 a month, dang, it's gonna suck. I don't think they'll ever do that, but
no, I don't think it'll be that high.
Some people will still do it though. They will still do it, man.
You're not wrong. I mean, $50 a month to go watch Books of Boba, take my money.
Bro, watch the new Mandalorian. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But
y'all take food stamps?
Let me just sit. Can I get one movie, please? Just one movie.
How about just get an ending credit?
Oh man.